How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto. Today is, of course, July 31st, the last day of July and the beginning of the end of 2019. And, of course, I want to talk about Cardano in the context of really a vehicle for talking about the sort of cryptocurrency in terms of a baseball game. People, of course, more notably the Winklevoss twins, referred to us currently being in the first inning of the cryptocurrency space. And for those of you who aren't necessarily familiar with baseball, there's 9 innings. So we're in sort of the bottom of the first inning right now. And I think that Cardano is one of those cryptos that's thinking in terms of, say, like the third inning. And the first inning would sort of be characterized more so by the people like you and me, the regular retail sort of investors. We see at this stage the corporations and all these big companies are probably doing a lot of their accumulation of various different, Bitcoin, more notably, I'm sure that they did much of their accumulation at the $3,000 Bitcoin level. I doubt many are buying Bitcoin at this $10,000 price as it exists right now. However, that sort of is more to the point. The first inning, the first half of the crypto space is marked by uncertainty in the space and people running around unsure of where things are going. And by the time we reach the second part of this 9-stage advancement of the crypto space, that'll be when the normies sort of start getting involved alongside governments, essentially, which is sort of what we're seeing now as sort of representative of the Japan continent token and among other things. We're starting to see hear rumors starting to spike up of China and essentially their different moves that they're attempting to make now. I'm sure that we've heard we always hear whispers of Russia accumulating Bitcoin and all sorts of different stuff, but I would say more of an out in the open sort of governmental mining of cryptocurrency would be more along the lines of what we could expect to see in terms of just institutional backing, not even needing to come into the question. We're talking about an all-out sort of full frontal sort of space where cryptocurrency will be playing more of an integral part. And then, of course, I would say moving beyond that point, we'll be seeing, bits of Bitcoin, of course, when the price is much higher, we'll be seeing people using Litecoin at Dunkin' Donuts to buy their coffee and just average commerce and so forth. And I'm saying this all as sort of a vehicle to begin talking about Cardano, as I think that, with respect to the technology and, of course, when we're going to be expecting to see, the various different phases of Cardano as it continues to make these advancements forward, I think that it's very important to take into consideration the conversation about blockchain and the role that blockchain will be playing as a lot of these different aspects of the technology really become mainstream aspects and now virtually overlooked at this point. I mean, of course, Cardano being probably one of the more undervalued cryptos as things go. Sort of signal to people. This is the time to become a cryptocurrency whale. I mean, we are at a point so early in the game now where virtually anybody, with a reasonable amount of money, could become, a cryptocurrency whale if you're smart enough, handling your currency and all these different things. That's on an individual basis, but really, we are standing at the forefront of the paradigm shift of a lifetime. Probably something that is far exceeds the Industrial Revolution and exceeds the even to a larger extent. I mean, people have compared the cryptocurrency revolution sort of with the invention of the internet. It's like getting in on oxygen before there's fucking oxygen. I mean, it's that big. I mean, it's interesting just to see, European subsidiary of BitFly launches Bitcoin trading service. China's monthly crypto ranking, Bitcoin takes 11th place, EOS still leads. Of course, now we're just starting to see, the president of the United States tweeting about Bitcoin, all these different first time sort of things that have been occurring. Up until this point, people have been able to accumulate their Bitcoin, at less than 10,000. Am I saying that Bitcoin will never go below 10,000 ever again? No. I'm sure we'll be seeing, the price will fluctuate and eventually stabilize out, but all these things are certainly par for the course, as we've been witnessing the paradigm shift of a lifetime really get going. And now it's just an interesting, we're sort of painting in a broader stroke. I think that it's very interesting to see all these different things, and I would really love to see something like Cardano on Coinbase. I think Coinbase is crowded with a lot of these. If XRP could be on Coinbase, I don't see any reason why Cardano couldn't be on there as well. Of course, ADA could land on Coinbase as Cardano rolls out new developments, would be very exciting, and of course, really opening it up more to that sort of mainstream sort of aspect of the cryptocurrency space. And of course, getting more people out of the shadows, unreliant on a lot of those more sketchy exchanges, but still, that's just my own opinion. My overall perspective on this, I do see the cryptocurrency space really undergoing a very significant shift. The pattern goes through itself. We go through a phase of adoption and of course regulations, and more people having this conversation as this new technology begins to be adapted by more people. Of course, we saw Bitcoin, of course, the introduction of digital gold, the whole aspect there of the cryptocurrency paradigm shift, and of course the fact that Bitcoin's managed to last as long as it has, is only more to the point, supports the general argument that I would say is at the foundation of what we're witnessing, as it currently progresses, and we see these things sort of heating up. Of course, as represented by something like Ethereum, we see smart contracts, and I think something like Cardano is more in alignment with how we could be seeing a lot of these different aspects of the future of the cryptocurrency space, really making a lot of these different interesting moves. And of course, if you guys are interested in connecting with us, you could do so on Twitter. That's at CryptoTuber on Twitter. Always interested in hearing your opinions. Of course, if you're interested in following us on Twitter, do so. Of course, remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Of course, this is not financial advice. Of course, remember that, do your own research and stuff like that. I'm not your dad. But of course, this is breaking news. Of course, the Federal Reserve has cut interest rates by 0.25. This is pretty huge. Pouring rocket fuel on Bitcoin. This is also probably another reason why we're seeing the recent price action. Cryptocurrency. It's tough to, it becomes more and more difficult to keep cryptocurrency out of the spotlight, as things like this are bound to continue to happen. And of course, the greatest advertisement for cryptocurrency in and of itself is the establishment just naturally doing what it was already going to do. It's a fine option to see, how these different things, have been, making all these different advancements. So, for me, it's a time of accumulation. I like this tweet right here, of course, too. Bitcoin is a lifeboat in a sea of inflation. And, hopefully we'll see the price of Bitcoin get pumped up, with all that in mind. Continues to outperform many of the other assets. But yeah, definitely interesting to see, where we'll witness Cardano, in the place that they've managed to assert themselves, as far as how this paradigm shift continues to rear its ugly head. And it's a very important time, have the conversation with family members. And I know it's important, it's difficult to talk about finances with, close friends and family, but it's something that they'll thank you for later on. But all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, moon the likes, all that stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. It's interesting to pay attention to Cardano. I'm always happy to make a video for this community. I'll see you guys next video. Have a good one.